Hello friends, we continue to talk about the main villains and opponents of the Poppy Playtime series. Today we will talk about Huggy Wuggy, probably the most popular character in the series. His popularity went far beyond the game. But how did he appear? Why is he our nightmare? And what is he? We'll talk about this today, but before that, friends, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give likes, and also write comments. And here we go. Huggy Wuggy is a toy produced by Playtime Colorado, who made his debut in Chapter 1, A Tight Squeeze as its main antagonist. In Chapter 1, Huggy Wuggy is initially introduced as a living entity created in 1991 under the Bigger Bodies initiative. After breaking into the Playtime Co. factory, he is depicted as a statue located in the main lobby of the factory. However, once the player restores power to the entire facility, Huggy mysteriously disappears. Throughout the chapter, Huggy makes occasional, brief appearances until he finally reveals himself and starts chasing the player during the intense ventilation chase sequence. Towards the end of the chapter, he is seen plummeting deep into the abyss of the factory. During Chapter 3, Deep Sleep, Huggy Wuggy makes a minor appearance as an antagonist. While trapped in a hallucination caused by Catnap's gas, the player discovers a VHS tape that greets new employees. As the tape plays, the game forcefully compels the player to watch as a distorted, nightmarish version of Huggy emerges from the screen and begins to pursue them. He quickly catches them and jump scares them, causing them to wake up from their nightmare. Experiment 1170, his Bigger Bodies experiment title, was created with obedient qualities, enabling the Playtime Co. staff to train Huggy to serve as a guardian for the factory during guest visits. However, these obedient traits became corrupted as the prototype redirected Huggy's objectives. Before his highly anticipated debut, Huggy, following his training, was required to stand and patiently wait for the arrival of a human presence, specifically the player. Later on, during the runtime of Chapter 3, Catnap knocks the player out and puts them through a lucid trance. Using the voice of Poppy, Catnap attempts to dissuade the player from delving further into the Playtime Co. factory. Through Poppy's voice, Catnap poses questions that are answered through vague hallucinations of lively environments prior to the Hour of Joy, showing joyful children running around Home Sweet Home and the Playhouse. The sequence makes an attempt to put the player through the lens of the toys, proving the Hour of Joy to be an event in retaliation to Playtime Co. and their Bigger Bodies initiative. Towards the end of the dream sequence, the player finds themselves in a spiraling red cloud with only the presence of Huggy Wuggy. Catnap, speaking through Poppy's voice, questions them, "Do you know what's real?" and then declares, "No, you don't," in a more focused tone than before, ending the echoing. The player is later taken to the main lobby yet again, overrun with the red smoke and its glass dome shattered open. Presumably taking the perspective of Huggy Wuggy, the prototype reaches down towards the player, which can later be called back to the beginning of the Hour of Joy, when Huggy was taken control of by the prototype and ordered to kill anything in sight. Huggy is presumed to have once been human, and the one who wrote the countless words within the walls in the ventilation shaft, as some writing in the ventilation shaft says, "This isn't my body." This is evident by the fact that some writing says "starving" and "I'm so hungry." This is further proven by the fact that he seems to eat the player when he catches them. This is further enforced since during the Hour of Joy VHS tape, Huggy Wuggy is seen biting off a few co-workers' heads before chasing after a few more workers in the main lobby. This, however, is contested, as three different entities can be depicted talking to the player throughout the ventilation shaft via the conveyor walls, and some of the writing is actually guiding the player through the vents instead of attempting to trick them. Huggy Wuggy is confirmed to be Kissy Missy's lover, based on her profile on the digital collectible website, as better half is a term for a spouse. An interesting fact to note is that one of the Huggy Wuggy toys in the main lobby seems to be sitting down with the front of the box broken or opened. This Huggy toy has his eyes blacked out and a large grin showing his teeth. This could have been a foreshadowing to Huggy Wuggy's return in Chapter 3, as the hallucination with the eyes blacked out and the large grin. Originally marketed as a toy intended solely for providing platonic love through hugging, Huggy Wuggy was designed to possess warm and appreciative qualities. When the player returned in 2005, Huggy strictly adhered to the objectives given by the prototype. That's the story behind Huggy Wuggy. What do you think, friends? I'll end here. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give likes, and also write comments. And see you again.